greatest thing ever invented in the world. Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. Man, I was supposed to be posting a video like once every week, but you know what? We're starting to get a little bit more consistent. It's been like what, 2 days, 3 days since my last video? I don't know. But anyway, let's cut to the chase. I finally went out to go watch the Barbie movie, alright? And what do I think about it? Let's get our quick thoughts. I really thought this movie was about to be like a politically woke movie, or political miracle, shove this down your throat type movie, kind of like Strange World was. I'm happy to say there is some stuff that they push in this movie, but nothing close to Strange Worlds. I don't really think there's an agenda in this movie. I think it's more of like taking a jab at woke culture really than it is like trying to be woke. The story is, God, this is such a good movie. Obviously, it's starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. It's got my boy Simu Liu, or however you say his name. I'm sorry if I butcher his name. The dude from Shang-Chi. That dude was a G. He was like one of my favorite characters in the movie. I'm surprised he got that much screen time. He was really good. The story was really good. I will say the acting also top-notch acting. Number one, like top tier acting. The acting is really freaking good. I will say there's a point in the movie where spoiler alert if you haven't seen it already, but I'm pretty sure everybody who's anyone already saw this movie. There's a part in this movie where the Barbie and the mom of the little girl, you guys know who I'm talking about, when they realized that she didn't actually join the real world to go help the little girl, but she was actually there for the mom. I will say this movie made me tear up like 2 times. That was one of those parts when you started to realize that the mom is the real reason that she showed up in the world, and because she's been feeling like lonely and sad, and that she's older and she's been having thoughts about death and stuff like that. That was really powerful. And I felt that, and I teared up at that part. But they completely ripped that away. Like, I feel like they could have jumped into that and dabbled into that a little bit more about that whole situation of how she was feeling, as a person her age, and how she's reminiscing on when she was younger, and that's when she started playing with dolls. But the thing is, they make that, and it's such a powerful moment, and it's such a good moment in the movie, but like 2 seconds later they totally scrap that and toss it aside. I feel like they should have jumped a little bit more into that. It was one of the most powerful moments in the movie for me. I thought it was a great point in the movie, but like I said, it happens and it's just over, and then that's it. I will say I also don't like the fact that of how I don't understand how the Barbies were in a trance by the Kens. I don't understand. All he really did was go back to Barbie Land and tell them how the real world was, and kind of like took over, whatever. But he didn't like put a spell on them. He didn't like. I don't understand how they were under a trance. And I also didn't like how they were like waking them up by telling them how women should be. Like, oh, women don't have to do this, or women, have to suffer pain because of this or that. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I understood it, but it didn't really make no sense to me. It doesn't make no sense because I don't understand how they were in a trance. And the way they're waking up, and then how it was just like cutting from each one waking them up, and they had like a whole scheme. That didn't make no sense to me. And at the end of the movie, I really thought that they were gonna like coexist. How like they were both gonna have equal power in Barbie Land, and it was supposed to be like a message to the real world that we should all be equal. And I'll let you guys decide whether we're equal or not. I'm gonna stay out of that. But I think it was going to be a message towards the real world, saying that we can all coexist with equal power. But all they ended up doing was just taking back the power and still having, the Kens be lower than them. Because the reason that the Kens took over is because they were belittled, and Ken felt that they were below the Barbies, which they were. And at the end of the movie, they end up being below them again. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously that quote about how, like, oh, maybe in the future, the Kens will have as much power in Barbie Land as women do in the real world. Like, bro, that's not the message you should have been pushing in the movie. You should have been pushing that we are all equal and we should all have equal power, with our own lives, you know what I'm saying, with our government, with our everything, and we should all be equal. But they're like, oh, maybe though in the future they'll have as much power as women do in the real world. Like, nah, you should have made it to where I thought that's what was gonna happen. I thought at the end of the movie they were all gonna coexist and just be equal. That's what I thought. But that aside, that was kind of whack. I will say, the ending is also kind of whack. I think the movie should have ended at the part where she's with the old lady, and she told her how like she made her after her daughter and blah blah. And obviously Barbie wanted to be human. I think that moment when they're in that like total white space and have that moment where they're talking with each other, that's a really powerful moment. And I felt that too. I teared up at that part as well. I think the movie should have ended there. That gag at the end with like the colonoscopy, or I mean not the colonoscopy, the gynecologist. I get it. It was a funny joke, and they wanted to end the movie with a light heart or whatever. That didn't work for me. It totally took away the power from the like a minute ago, and that's my whole consensus of this movie. It has some really powerful moments, extremely powerful moments that are extremely well done, extremely well done. But they create this powerful moment, and then the second after, they just brush it aside and make like a joke where it just like completely washes it. I think if the movie would have ended right there when she like was gonna become human, it would have made the movie 10 times better. It would have made it so much more powerful. But they leave it off on this joke where like, oh, I'm gonna go see a gynecologist. Like I get it, it was a funny joke or whatever, but for me that didn't work. I mean, not that it didn't work. I thought it was kind of funny, but it just totally took away all the power from the moment when she was like speaking with the mom, with the older lady, right? And like I said, that's just consensus of me. The same thing with the whole thing with the mom of the daughter, right? When they're talking about how, oh, I was the one drawing those drawings and blah blah, and then you flash back to her drawing the drawings. And here's another missed opportunity. When you flash back, and then you're seeing the mom, drawing all this stuff, and then obviously her daughter comes and hugs her and blah. I thought that the mom, like the one that I thought it was like her mom, but it looked exactly like her. I thought that we're flashing back to like way, way, way back then to when she was a little girl, right? To when she was a little girl, and then the lady that looked like her was her mom. But that wasn't the case. We're just flashing back not that long ago to when she was drawing the drawings. Um, but yeah, for a second I thought, I'm like, oh, that's her mom. It just looks exactly like her because obviously that's her mom. But yeah, that was an extremely powerful moment, and they just washed it aside and made a joke after, and then that was it. I also, let's also talk about the part where like they came to the real world. When they came to the real world, that's also really good. That was really, really good. When they were like in California and at the beaches and stuff like that, that was really good. Will Ferrell's in this movie as well. I love Will Ferrell. He was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, the gag when they were like when you show up at the Barbie headquarters, whatever, and you go to the offices and it's like all men. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. It is just to show like how the fact that even though Barbie Land is run by all the women, it's like still being controlled by all these men, which that was hilarious to me. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty funny. Let's talk about my boy Simu Liu, or however you say his name. I'm sorry. I love that boy. Not that I love him, you know what I'm saying, but he's a really good actor. I love him in Shang-Chi, and everything he's been in. All right, he was great in this movie. That back and forth that he had with Ken, with Ryan Gosling, I think they played off each other so well. How they were like both trying to get at Barbie or whatever. Not well. I don't really think that Simu Liu was trying to get at Barbie. I think he was just trying to like get at Barbie, like to get at Ken. You know what I mean? Ryan Gosling was amazing in this movie. He was really good in this movie, especially when he took over Barbie Land and it became a Kendom. I think that joke when it was like, fuck, how does the joke go? The Ken Dojo Casa House or some shit, bro. That shit was hilarious, bro. That shit was so funny. But like I said, overall, even with my gripes about this movie, I think this is a really good movie. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna run out and go watch it again. You know what I'm saying? But it's a really good movie. I had an extremely good time watching it. I thought it was really good. Maybe it's just that I had such low expectations of it that it just surprised the heck out of me. But it was really, really good. I love this movie. It was amazing. Margot Robbie was amazing in this movie. And the entire cast was really good in the movie. The boy Alan, my boy Michael Cera. Where the hell has Michael Cera been in Hollywood? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Bro shows up. He's hilarious in the movie. I will say, Michael Cera, what's up with you, bro? Freaking Alan. He like, I don't want to say that he turned on the Kens because he's not a Ken. You feel me? But you're a dude. Dude like totally like didn't help out the Kens. Like I guess he was like I guess he didn't like how Kendom became or whatever. But which I understand, and I guess he wasn't a Ken. But I was just when he like turned on them and he's like, oh, we're gonna go to the real world to like take it back or whatever. I'm just like, bro, you're a dude and you're like really not gonna you like you're betraying him, not betraying him. Like I said, he's not really betraying him because he was never a Ken. You feel me? He was like by himself. But like I said, they were great. The little girl, she was a pretty good actor. As far as you know, child actors go, she was pretty good. And I really do appreciate that there were Latinos. You feel me? I really appreciate that there were Latinos. Get some of that representation in there. This movie was so diverse of representation. You had the Latina mom and daughter. You had obviously Simu. You had the African American president. And obviously they're trying to push, Madam President, because they want a president woman in real life. I'm gonna let y'all decide on whether that's gonna happen or not. But that's the only real thing. And I do think it's funny how they're in the beginning they were like, oh, women are oppressed and all this and that. Blah. Basically, it's a hella feminine world in Barbie Land or whatever. But yeah, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I don't want to make this video way too long. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Go watch it. Go watch it. Another note. I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet. Actually, check that. I did start watching it. I started watching Oppenheimer, but then I realized that it's 3 hours long, and it was like 10 o'clock already, and I wasn't trying to watch the movie till like 3 in the morning. So I'll probably get to watching that. If I don't, I apologize, but I'm gonna go watch Gran Turismo tomorrow, so I'm gonna post that video. I'm getting to go see an early screening of it, so I'm gonna go check that out, and y'all are gonna get my opinion on that. But with that said, yeah, Barbie is a great movie. It's an outstanding movie. It's blew my expectations. You feel me? So if you haven't seen it, go watch it already. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe. We're like three subscribers away from 100. Let's get to 100 so we can blow this up and make this a community. You feel me? But yeah, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and make sure you hit that bell so you can see my next video when I post. You wanna know what I gotta say. You wanna know what I gotta say, because it's always gonna be something that may be controversial. It might be something, who knows? You feel me? But like I said, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Because I got videos coming. I said I was gonna be more consistent. That's what I've been doing. All right. Great movie. 10 out of 10. Not a 10 out of 10. All right. I'm gonna reject that. I'm gonna take that back, because 10 out of 10 that's a pretty high bar. All right. I'm not gonna give numbers on this channel. Let's just put it like that. But it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it already. But yeah, with that said, it's been Jordan, and I'll catch y'all in a few days when I post my next video. All right. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all. Deuce.